middle of an empty room stands a single chair. Facing that photograph she left hanging there. Well, sometimes he sits for hours with a bottle in his hand, trapped inside the wooden walls of that lonely 8x10. Sometimes it just reminds him of the time when she was there, and other times it finds him on his knees without a prayer. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, but that don't tell it all. 'Cause there's more behind a picture than the wall. Well, it was taken by the river, but he don't remember when. Said that it would always be his favorite one of them, and he can almost hear her laughter on the warm magnolia wind, and he knows the whiskey's working again. Sometimes it just reminds him of the time when she was there, and other times it finds him on his knees without a prayer. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, but that don't tell it all. 'Cause there's more behind the picture than the wall. So tonight he'll lie himself to sleep and she'll be by his side. But when he wakes he'll see the truth right there in black and white. Sometimes it just reminds him of the time when she was there, and other times it finds him on his knees without a prayer. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, but that don't tell it all. 'Cause there's more behind a picture than the wall. There's more behind a picture than the wall.
Oklahoma's Best Country, K-Law 101 live and local from Terry Allen's Guitar Bar, 1816 Southwest 11th Street. We just heard more behind a picture than a wall. And yes, of course, that is Terry Allen from Terry Allen's Guitar Bar. I love how your name just fits right in there.
Well, thank you.
and there's a story that I have to tell about that song. First of all, we're playing it for Mama Carol, who's not even going to hear it tonight because she's in Oklahoma City. But we played this the last time you were in the studio. I had it all recorded, and when I went to put the show together, I left it out.
Yeah.
I love it because I'm getting a text first from Jonna that says, I think you left a song out. And then from Terry that says, I think you left a song out. Whoops, I did. I left the song out. I did make it up for you, though. I played it the next morning on the morning show. So you got lots of, and then I had people calling me requesting Terry Allen.
Perfect. Exactly what we want. Y'all just keep doing that.
That's what it's all about, right? All right. So you just played Friday night at Guitar Bar. And I want to say, you've really been doing that a lot more lately. Is that because you just like being at home and you like playing in your own place?
Well, it's because I've been lazy at booking.
The truth is out, people.
That too.
If you can't get somebody to play, you got to play yourself.
No, yeah, I mean, some of these Fridays, we just been hanging around and
Well,
some
it's
kicking and singing and
it's
having
fun,
with
and
my
I know
friends.
that you were playing with Whiskey Runners Friday night, so that's kind of cool. I mean, it's really cool to play with those guys too because they get real excited about it.
Yeah,
you know?
they're good boys. Chris and Anthony, they're great guys.
They're really learning a lot from you too, Terry, and I think that that's part of what the whole beauty of your place is, and what you're doing for the local musicians is that they have an outlet now. To come and play, and you're giving them the benefit of all of your experience because you've been doing this
Right.
a long time. I mean, you're not 1 year into this like some of these guys
Right,
are,
right.
and you're able to tell them, no, this is not how we need to do this. We need to do it this way. You know, sometimes a little gentle persuasion
Yep.
from the boss.
I try to learn them up proper.
That's so good. So what's been going on? I mean, anything new for Guitar Bar right now?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to bring in some new acts, and just
We've noticed that, and we've been
focused on
hearing
doing
some new
that, hearing-
people. Yeah.
some of these new guys, and just
You got a new pool table?
got a new pool table.
I
Yes,
know.
Yes.
I know.
Everybody needs to come out for our Wednesday tournament. Pool tournament. It is always fun.
Well, and something else new on Tuesday nights, we have a brand new karaoke night on Tuesdays.
We sure do.
We've got Tony Garrison in the
Yep.
studio with us as well. And Tony, I have to tell you, I told you this the last time you were here and you had a cold.
I did.
That I didn't even know that you could sing until I heard you singing, the ooze behind Terry. But you really get on that. And I have to tell you, when we were there, was it a couple of weeks ago? I guess we were there on a Tuesday night. I could not believe how many people were there in line to sing.
Oh yeah. It's
It's
gotten-
really picking up.
Yeah, it's gotten to where it's picked up there in the last month or so. It's Tuesday nights are getting a lot better, and they're come out and sing. If you want to come out and sing, bring it.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Now that there are people around that know me, that's not going to
I've been
happen.
trying to get you up there, but you just won't do it.
Yeah, that's not happening.
they love Tony Oki.
They do love Tony Oki. I love that. Tony also does a great job. Member of Terry's band, played in the drums for Terry, and you do a great job for us here at the radio station because just about every single act that we hear on Sunday nights at KLAW 101 has gone through Tony's mixing board. Tony does a great job. By the way, remind me, I have a thumb drive back there on my desk for you that I need to give you so you can give me some more music.
Might need that.
Now, Tony, let me ask you this, because I know that there's every act that comes through there is completely different. So you have to approach every single one of those differently when you go to edit them down. And when you, for example, we had an act, and you know who I'm talking about, who was very, very loud. And to try to hear the singer over some of that other stuff, you had a lot of work to do with that.
Yeah, and it also the way it plays in there too. Once it the way I record it, coming out of the board into the computer and all that stuff, I can go back and by the time I get done with it, I get all just raw signal coming in, so I can make it just brand
You can
new
make
right
it
there.
sound any way you want to, huh?
Make something like
Hey,
a chipmunk.
maybe I will karaoke. He can make me sound any way he wants
That's
to.
right.
But you'd have to record it first.
Well, I could actually do it then, but you probably wouldn't like it.
I'll be warbling then. I'll sound like Elmer Fudd. Tony does a great job for us, and we don't thank you enough. We ask you a lot of times for impossible, and we usually get it. So we appreciate that very, very much what you do. And Terry, you're lucky to have him. Not only
I yell at him all the time. Tony, we're supposed to I need some stuff in the studio.
Yep.
well, yeah, it's great, and you really have a whole band that's that way. I mean, you guys are like a family. You've been together for a long, long time. Let's talk about the members of your band real quick.
Right on. Well, of course, we talked about Tony over here, the drummer. Now we've got Clay Cummings, is my guitar player.
An amazing guitar player.
Yeah, little youngster.
Yeah, and so talented. I mean, his training is crazy, and he just does
very
an amazing job.
He early on he started playing guitar, and then he got with Chris Baines, and Chris Baines taught him for a while. And then Clay just picked up and
I was
went
going to say,
crazy with it. 'Cause
Clay's
he's just-
kind of schooling Chris a little bit. no, Chris, I'm sorry. I really did not say that. I did say that. They're equals now.
Yeah, they're great. They're both great players. So
Yeah,
there's a lot
absolutely.
of great players around here, but Clay's he's a monster guitar player.
And you have a keyboard player, too.
Yeah, Mike Mitten plays keys for me, and he lives way out by Kansas. Way
So he
out
only
there.
makes some of your shows.
Oh, he makes all.
He does it? Oh,
Yeah, he
good,
makes
good.
of
All
them.
the full band stuff.
He's actually fixing to move back to Moore somewhere.
So a
I don't
little
know.
closer.
Yeah, about an hour and a half or so away, so that'll be good.
Now, you have a lot of places that you play regularly besides your place.
Right.
You like to go to Kansas a lot. Where else do you go?
Kansas and Louisiana are two of the places that I've played for over 10 years.
And usually you
Two
do like a
spots,
Friday
so.
and a Saturday when you go to those places. I
Right.
like that. I kind of like the Terry Allen weekends that we have at Guitar Bar,
Right.
where we have you acoustically on Thursday and then full band Friday, Saturday. Those are my kind of weekends right
Yeah,
there.
mine too, because I don't have to travel a bunch. So that works out perfect.
Well, and plus you've got the home crowd built in. You know,
Right,
everybody
yeah.
wants to hear Terry Allen play.
Yeah,
And you
well-
know that too, whenever you're there on a Thursday night, even with other people there acoustically, they're all like, hey, Terry, come and sing with us. Hey,
Yeah.
Terry, come and sing one with us.
Well, I've lived here my whole life, so
Yeah.
I pretty much know
Everybody.
good 80% a lot. And so. But I've got also on a bass guitar, we must talk about Mr. Mike Quarles, because this is one bad dude.
Oh, yeah.
He is an
Oh, yeah.
amazing bass
And
player.
don't you love
He's
our
such a great
producer
guy.
back here behind us saying, don't forget to mention this?
Huawei. Can't forget Mike, man. He's like the
He's
I
the
don't know,
glue.
It's like a country. ZZ
he's like the
Top.
chili on your hot dog.
He's
you know?
like
Yeah.
he's like the bass note to your band.
Yeah, he's the ZZ Top of the group.
I love it. I love it. Now you have a little bit of a patriotic song that you're going to play for us tonight because we're almost to Memorial Day.
Yeah, I was thinking about
a
doing
lot of
that.
stuff going on. Armed Forces Day coming up next weekend, and you've got a song you're going to play.
Right,
Tell us what you're going to play.
Well, I'm thinking about playing that song, "Have You Forgotten" by old Daryl Worley.
Great song.
Good song, and I've lived here my whole life, so I know so many guys that have come and gone in the Army and stuff. So
Absolutely.
just felt like with the
Sending this one out for the troops.
Yeah,
It's
I like
Terry Allen, Have You Forgotten on K-Law 101.
I hear people saying we don't need this war. Well, I say there's some things we're fighting for. What about our freedom and this piece of ground? We didn't get to keep them by backing down. They say we don't realize the mess we're getting in. Before you start your preaching, let me ask you this, my friend. Have you forgotten how it felt that day to see our homeland under fire and our people blown away? Have you forgotten when those towers fell? We had neighbors still inside, going through a living hell. And you tell me not to worry about Bin Laden. Have you forgotten? They took all the footage off my TV. They said it's too disturbing for you and me. It'll just breed anger, that's what the experts say. If it was up to me, I'd show it every day. Some say this country's just out looking for a fight. Well, after 9/11, man, I'd have to say that's right. Have you forgotten how it felt that day to see our homeland under fire and our people blown away? Have you forgotten when those towers fell? We had neighbors still inside, going through a living hell. And you tell me not to worry about Bin Laden. Have you forgotten? I've been there with the soldiers who've gone away to war, and you can bet that they remember just what they're fighting for. Have forgotten? Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten?
Live and local, Terry Allen's Guitar Bar. Terry Allen in the studio along with Tony Garrison. Thank you, first of all, for singing that song. You know, as a mother of a soldier, I think that we take our freedom for granted until you know somebody who has gone away to war and someone who has come back. And I appreciate that, Terry. I really do.
doubt. No
All right, we're
doubt.
going to come back and we're going to talk about another hometown singer, because you've got one of his songs on your CD, and we're going to play that
Yes.
one coming up
Yes.
next. Oklahoma's Best Country, K-Law 101.